Good evening, everybody. It's a beautiful Friday night. Here we are, almost 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. See Your Greatness, 5-day challenge, day 5, Seeing, Believing. This is Monika Zands. I'm a business consultant, a life coach. Happy to be here, happy to welcome new people to the scope. If you're brand new, hello Alan, hello Michelle. If you're brand new, go ahead and say your name. If you are used to being here, go ahead and tap the screen and share your love. The more you tap, the more hearts we get. I am learning how to get to certain milestones in Periscope, so that's been really fun. If you would like to share this broadcast, go ahead and swipe your screen if you're on an iPhone to your right, and you can hit follow, share your followers, share to Facebook, share to Twitter. You can do one or all, whatever you'd like to do. Thank you so much. Excited to be here because we are completing day 5 of the 5-day See Your Greatness Challenge. It's been a wild ride. It's been an amazing experience to go through this process with people, having the questions that come up, not only on the scopes, but actually offline on Facebook and in my Twitter. I'm getting some really nice feedback from people, so really excited about that. Hi Leah, hi Daphne, really good to see you. So today's scope, I'm going to share a little bit more about my life, a little bit more about stories, because I have a pretty remarkable story that's made a really big difference in this day 5 challenge. Hello, Lala, how you doing? Really great to see people. I love my family. I love my friends. I love my fans. I love meeting new people. My mission in life is to help people see their greatness, be their greatness, and pay it forward. I have had many traumas in my life that have caused me to have to overcome pretty big obstacles to be able to recognize the impact and the greatness that I am. And as a result of that, I never want someone to feel like they aren't great, they don't have their greatness yet, and that they can't share it. We are each born with very important, very unique gifts and skills and qualities. And you're the only one of you on the planet. You're the only one with your delivery mechanism to get your gift on the planet so that I can learn in this lifetime the gift that you have. So please definitely make sure that as you engage with me, as you learn with me, as you connect with me, that you're always sharing your gifts, your greatness. Never hide the things that are so uniquely yours and uniquely you. It's precious, it's important, it's valuable, and it helps us make a difference because we learn something from you that we don't necessarily have or that doesn't necessarily come naturally to us. So it makes a huge difference. All right, I see those hearts flying. I love the colors. Thank you so much. Beautiful rainbow assortment of love pouring in my way. Thank you. I've loved these past 5 days. You're welcome, Leah. I have loved them too. It's been really fun. And I like that there's 5 days where we get to come together each day looking forward to what the next day is going to bring. So day 5, the big lesson on day 5 is seeing is believing. So I just want to go over all of the days so you get the full picture of all of them. Hello, Jess Quick 93. Nice to see you. Welcome here. Okay, we're just finishing 5 days of seeing your greatness. On day 1, we talked about taking inventory. Day 2 was the greatness mirror, seeing yourself, seeing negative and positive projections. On day 3, your secret superpower, knowing how to predict the future, knowing how to envision the future, knowing how to create the future before it happens. On day 4, the truth will set you free. The truth about who you are, the truth about your greatness, the truth about creating what it is that you are creating. And number 5, seeing is believing. Seeing is believing. So if you're anything like me, you've had a life of ups and downs. You've had a life where sometimes everything's handed to you easily, effortlessly, beautifully, wonderfully, and then for much of your life or for part of your life or for a little part of your life, hopefully for you it's been a lot less than for me, there have been mountains and hurdles and obstacles and challenges that have presented themselves in your life. And for many years in my life, I actually felt like those obstacles and those hurdles were insurmountable obstacles. They were things that stopped me at every turn, that kept me playing at a very safe level or kept me striving, always unsatisfied at where I had reached or what I had become. So several years ago, I think, 2011, I had been working from 2006 to 2011 on growing my coaching business, on growing my group coaching business where I was doing webinars and masterminds, and on my individual coaching business where I was working on one-on-ones. And there were a couple of things that were happening. So first of all, I've always been hungry to learn about myself, to learn about others, to learn about gifts and skills that I have. But what I was really hungry for is to understand how to make a difference. And what I would relate it to is I have this huge heart. I have so much love to give to people, to this planet, to the healing of this planet, like so much love to give. And I never felt like the love that I had had to give was being invited, was being received, and was being received at the level that I had to give it, that I wanted to give it. So it was really challenging for me because I felt like when you want to give the world love and people don't accept the love that you have to give or don't acknowledge the love or don't open themselves up to the love, for me what happened is I kept feeling like I was intruding, I was hurting people, I was confusing people, like something I was doing was wrong. And as a perfectionist, or suffering a little bit from perfectionitis, as a daughter of a very strict German father, there was a part of me that felt like there was a lot of work for me to do to prove that I was worthy of love. So if any of you have ever had that experience, I love you, I feel for you, I understand what it takes to live that each day and the walls that we create around ourselves sometimes, or that I created around myself, to be able to actually endure that. So I have this story where it was 4 o'clock in the morning and I woke up in tears, like not little tears, like sobbing tears. And I woke my husband up and I looked at him and I said, if I can't figure out a way to live my purpose, I don't know why I'm here on the planet. I don't know why I'm even alive. I don't know how to get my message of love. I don't know how to allow people access to the love I have to give. And I feel like no one wants it. And it's not working. I can't get it to anybody. I can't make this difference on the planet. And it was heartbreaking and it was torturous and it felt heavy and it felt hard and it felt really insurmountable. Like it just wasn't going to change. And he looked at me and he said, you know, I don't have that experience of you at all. As a matter of fact, every single day I notice what you're doing is actually spreading love. In fact, I'm so inspired by you every day. It's shocking to me to hear you this upset and in this much agony or this much pain about it. And he said, may I share with you how I see you? And I said, yes, because maybe it'll help. And he said, for me, you're walking love. You emanate, you walk, you spread, you share, you look, you smile, you exude out of your eyes. All you are is love. You leave spaces for love, you poop love, you laugh love, you talk about love, like you are love for people. And I said, well, why does it feel so empty? I feel so empty inside, like I can't actually feel like I'm making a difference for people. And he said, because maybe the difference you feel like you should be making is clouding the difference you are making. So I sat on that and I journaled about it and I asked myself, and it was a good 24 hours of a lot of agony, a lot of tears, a lot of really praying for how can I start seeing this and acknowledging myself for what he's seeing in me and what others have reflected that maybe they see, but it didn't seem to make a difference in the growth of my business, the impact that I wanted to make in my business, the impact that I wanted to make in my friendships. It just didn't seem like it was making the level of difference that I wanted to make. So jump forward. I led this program to 72 different people over a 1.5-year period where it was a very high level business mastery, life mastery program. And in that program, I had a couple of clients, participants, that really took it to the full extent of the program, like really took it far and did amazing things with it. And at the end of the program, people would go off back to their businesses and their lives, and whatever the tools they got, whatever the coaching they got, whatever the resources they got from me, I never learned what they did. I didn't have a survey. I didn't do a follow-up. Like, I did a very bad job of reconnecting with them. So long story short, That was in 2006. In 2011, 5 years later, I step into a club with a friend and my husband, and the people that had been in my program 5 years earlier run up to me and they say to me, Monika, we're so glad you're here. We want to show you everything that the work we did with you created. And they introduced me to person after person. There was 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 people. And they showed me trainings, and they showed me their office space, and they showed me the relationships that they had built. And they went on to tell me that they had built a business with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people's lives. And that were it not for me and the coaching that I did and the program that they were a part of, they don't know where they would have been today. And it was in that moment where all of a sudden, all the suffering, all the struggles, all the pieces that I had felt were so unrecognized and so unimportant and so undervalued, all made sense. And what I learned was that sometimes you have to start seeing it inside of yourself and recognize your greatness, recognize the value that you are, in order to ever have it be recognized by anybody else. And a lot of times people don't recognize it within ourselves. We look at what we want to achieve or where we're not yet there, or the greatness that we seek to be, because once we've done X, Y, and Z, then we'll be great. Then we'll acknowledge the greatness that we've arrived at. And what I'm here to share with you is seeing your greatness is the very first step to being able to make the differences you really want to make. Seeing your difference, seeing the greatness that you are is inherent. You were born with the greatness in you. And your job is every day to see it, to wake up and see it, to wake up and acknowledge it, to wake up and believe that even on those days when you're crying, waking up at 4 a.m, saying, what difference am I making? To find something that you see so you believe it. So here we are on day 5 of seeing your greatness, and it's time for you to start believing the greatness that you are. It's time for you to start sharing with people the greatness that you are. It's time for you to go in the world and say, here's why I see my greatness. So I invite you to do that. And if you join me in Facebook, I have Monika Zands Consulting. If you join me on Instagram, if you join me on LinkedIn, everywhere, if you join me, all we're doing together is shining the light on each other's greatness, cherishing each other's greatness, dancing in the light of each other's greatness, learning from each other so we can spread more greatness, more love, more connection, more resilience on this planet. So tip 5, day 5 of the 5-day See Your Greatness Challenge is all about seeing is believing. Excited to be with you. Thank you, Eat, Train, Win. We are better together. Greatness breeds greatness. It does. And knowing and seeing that within you is the greatest gift that you can give others, because when you see it in you, you give others permission to see it in themselves. Have a beautiful Friday. See your greatness throughout this weekend. Remind others of the greatness they may not yet be seeing or willing to see. And remember, I'm Monika. See your greatness, be your greatness, and pay it forward. I love you all. Happy, happy weekend. Mwah!